Hello everyone, it's Natalie again and you are watching the Exchanges Time, the series of interviews that is made in partnership with crypto dealers. And today we'll speak about something different. It's crypto processing with Max Krupashev, the true Bitcoin enthusiast and CEO of Cryptoprocessing.com. Max, hi.
Hi Natalie.
How is everything? Tell us about yourself. How did you get involved into crypto industry in general?
Yeah, it was late 2013, actually before the Mt. Gox crash. It was very interesting times. We started with investing into the mining equipment. Then we started Bitcoin Foundation Ukraine. That's where we met you. Then the event started. We started to organize Satoshi Square Kiev and a lot of educational panels and meetings and so on. Then was hired by CXIO and Ghash, then a few other companies, but basically for the last 5-6 years, mostly involved in payments.
Okay, nice. Tell us about the company that you currently work for. It's Cryptoprocessing.com, and the second company?
That's the CoinSpade. So we have a lot of products and services. Most of them are for business, but we also have B2C business, which we just recently launched. So we decided to structure that the CoinSpade is like a mother kind of brand, as you would say about Gmail and YouTube, brands of Google. So CoinSpade would be like a mother brand, and then crypto processing and wallet are basically brands of CoinSpade. So what we do in the Cryptoprocessing.com, this is our main brand that is bringing most of the money and basically we're promoting it most of all. This is B2B service provider. So we provide processing services for businesses. Also, it includes OTC desk and exchange. So all clients can, in automatic mode, deposit money, exchange, withdraw money, and also use it through the API to automate all their cryptocurrency flows.
Sounds good. For all newbies, and you said that your company mostly works for B2B sector, but for all newbies who's watching us now, tell us like in a few words, maybe in a light words, what is crypto processing in general?
So a very good question. So crypto processing is basically the service when you supply businesses with a relatively understandable and easy API, which has nothing to do with blockchain and all the difficulties that companies usually face when they try to integrate cryptocurrencies. So it is a huge platform which has a basement, which is basically cryptocurrency nodes, right? So this is integration with the blockchains. Then it has a huge engine with a lot of the services on top. So in the end, what we offer for the business, basically when somebody, for example, selling, sneakers, right, like Nike and so on. Let's say eShop. Then the client navigates there. The client selects what he wants to buy, selects the cryptocurrency he wants to pay with, and then the magic happens, right? Then he sends money. The money appear in the mempool, so it's not in the blockchain, right? It's between the blockchain and the wallet of the user. Let's say so. We see the transaction. We have a provider who allows us to accept it. Before confirmations in the blockchain, we call it insurance provider. Then we have the whole chain of liquidity providers, exchanges. We get the best source of price. We exchange it on the price that it is on the market. We deposit this money to the merchant account, right? And then merchant can withdraw this money to the bank account. So in this way, we hide all the difficulties of the cryptocurrencies. We try to eliminate all the disadvantages of cryptocurrency, such as the main ones is speed of the transactions and fluctuating exchange rates, right? So it's instant and exchange rate is fixed when customer actually click the button send in their wallet, right? So merchant is completely protected from these things. And we make it look, feel and smell like a usual payment system.
Good. So you said, just to make clear, so you said that you work basically with B2B customers, but Can I, for example, like a private person, have an account or make some payments to send some money with crypto to other, again, or B2B or B2C?
So as the B2C user, as individual, then you don't need cryptoprocessing.com, right? Because it's more complex solution with a lot of settings, tools, and everything. So the interface is already relatively complex, a lot of analytics and everything. What you need is a cryptocurrency wallet, right? That we promote right now on the CoinsPay brand. So if you go to coinspay.com, you will have a wallet where you can, after the KYC, you have access to over 20 cryptocurrencies, a lot of the fiat currencies you can trade, you can deposit any cryptocurrency, exchange it to any cryptocurrency. For now, I mean, we launched it basically only last week, so you are the first interviewer who I can tell about this wallet. It's amazing, but still relatively raw. We just launched it. We don't even have an acquirer, right? So you cannot really deposit real money to the wallet. So right now we're kind of like collecting users and collecting the feedback. Mobile applications also ongoing, right? So right now it's more like for the wallet that you can just use online, and if you want to exchange one cryptocurrency for another. But you can also exchange into fiat, right? You can exchange to USD, Euro, and many other. You cannot just withdraw this money.
As I understood, the main thing that you help to your customers is like efficiency. That you help them to make something easier, and regulation is the most hot topic in this case. So tell me, how do you solve these problems with regulation in different countries, with different regulation requirements that countries have?
So here we have to separate basically the two questions, right? So the main challenge for the companies like we are is basically to get regulated and to open bank accounts, right? We are right now regulated in Estonia, right? And because of our long history and long relationships with the banking partners, we were able to open bank accounts. But of course, this is the regulation for us. Then when we speak about regulation for our clients, right, then it's more like the challenge for them, right, to accept cryptocurrency and stay in the regulated field. Most of our clients are online entertainment, from the online entertainment industry, right? So we are speaking about sports betting, esports betting, skin trading, casinos, and so on. So these are the merchants who are working completely in the legal field, right? They are all licensed, but they historically have a lot of challenges with the different regulators. They usually work globally, right? So for example, a usual casino licensed in the Curacao would love to work, for example, with the clients from China, from Japan, from Latin America, and so on. And of course, the main challenge for them is to comply with all the regulations in the countries where they work, right? For example, they cannot, of course, operate in the countries where gambling is restricted, for example. But what's the main advantage that we kind of offer them is the payment challenges. Because for the business who operates globally, of course, every country, every region have their own set of payment methods, right? For example, in Asia, you need to connect e-wallets, right? Like WeChat and so on. In Japan, they have their own system. In the Latin America, they use Boledo, whatever, right? I don't even know all these names. In Africa, they use payments from the mobile phone, as it has some weird name as the Pesa or something. And with cryptocurrency, it's basically this single language for the internet payments. So integrating cryptocurrency, you can basically operate anywhere in the world. Of course, the popularity of cryptocurrency is still kind of not there, right, to give you the coverage 100%. But many clients just add it as an alternative, right? And then they see that from 5 to 10% of all their volumes are going through cryptocurrency. So yeah, regulation is basically the challenge for the merchants within the countries. So the higher, the more strict the regulation is. For example, I will give you, like, if we're speaking about regulation, then for example on Malta, which is used to be a very good jurisdiction for online gaming for Europe, right, with their MGA license, which is Maltese Gaming Authority. They still don't really allow cryptocurrencies. So, for example, all MGA clients who want to work with cryptocurrencies, they are not allowed completely.
And how do you solve these kind of problems?
For MGA, we don't have a solution yet because just the legal team of MGA Casino and their compliance team just asked the regulator how we can accept cryptocurrency, and they say there is no way. I mean, with all the other regulators, the question is much easier. I'm speaking about Philippines, I'm speaking about Curacao, Canada, Estonia, UK. Everything is much easier. But with MGA, there is unfortunately no way at all.
Sounds good. So I wish you luck and hope you resolve all these issues with some countries that you don't know how to deal with. Okay, my next question. So you said that lots of companies, and I saw some statistics that lots of companies would like to accept cryptocurrencies as method of payments. So tell me why do you think, why it's so important, or is there any necessity to accept cryptocurrencies for online businesses?
So, of course, it's not a must, but the advantages that listing cryptocurrency as a payment method gives usually a lot of the benefits. So, if we speak about just the usual e-commerce, which is usually working on a very closed market, right? For example, in Ukraine, we have Rosetka, right? I believe in the Belarusian, we have 21 Vek, in Russia, something else. So, all the small players, like local players, right? They don't really need cryptocurrency because they have usually good relationships with the local bank, right? There you don't really have challenges. So we are mostly speaking about global business. And global business, they usually have all the same challenges. And they all need something which is instant. They have something which is risk-free, right? Where price is not fluctuating. Then they don't need chargebacks and fraud, right? Because users, when they pay for something online with the card, then they can charge money back. Yeah, wait, and then the main reason that they can charge money back, right? This is, of course, the loss for the merchant, which provides the services. With the goods, it's probably easier because they can prove that we delivered goods, right? With the services, it's not so easy. They can say, we didn't like this service, right? And of course, if you sell VPNs or the content, then, I mean, you're basically losing money. Then they want something really international, right? That is the same for all the countries. Then, yeah, they don't like the limitation on the countries. They don't like rolling reserves. Most of the payment methods will keep a certain amount on their account, so they don't allow you to withdraw all the money because of the chargebacks, because of the possibilities of the chargebacks, because your provider is accountable. So these are the main things that business really values in the payment method: instant, risk-free, cheap, and when all the money are available on the spot.
What is, for example, I'm a business. What is the main key points for business to start to accept crypto? For example, if they want to work with your company or with someone different, I don't know.
Yeah, it's basically, of course, I mean, everything starts with the decision, right? You have to decide that you want to accept cryptocurrency. Usually, or your existing customers asked you, right? Or you just decided that you should do it because your competitors do it. You should start from the step one, is basically select the provider, right? Depending on the industry, you probably will be selecting different ones. We try to be as universal as we can be, but our specialization is still would be online entertainment, right? So here we are the biggest in the market. I mean, right now we process around 3% of all the Bitcoin transactions in the world, right? That means every minute we process around 5 deposits. So I would say you have to select the provider. How to select? This is very interesting. So you should see who is working with the big players, right? Who is working with your competitors. That means that the provider is already kind of verified that they are good. If you work with the small provider, then of course you will get more flexibility from the smaller provider, but also you get more risks because they might have some bugs, they might have some issues with the procedures. Then the second one, you have to check that the exchange rates are fair. Because a lot of the providers will give you lower fees, but then they will basically earning on the exchange rate, which is kind of be treated as a hidden fee, and then your customers will be complaining that you are charging them much more. Next thing would be basically the settlements, right? How well is the company settling you? So I would always advise to start slow with your provider, right, to see if everything works on the relatively small volumes, right, and then everything depends on the price and on the reliability of the provider, because the industry is relatively young, right? There is no kind of like established leaders on the market, right? For example, in 2011, kind of like the established player was BitPay, right? But right now we see that BitPay is kind of like not really increasing so well anymore, right? I mean, in US would be still probably the best option, right? For iGaming, we would probably be the best option. For, I don't know, for adult industry, there is no established player as well, because every industry have their specifics, right? And they need all slightly different tools from the provider. So some of them are better in this, some of them are better in this. So you have to see with whom your competitors work, try to analyze what you like to improve, and then speak with few providers. I mean, we are always happy to consult and to check with you the website of your competitor to analyze what we can do better.
Okay, and the last question, like your forecast for the industry in general, and your forecast, the price of Bitcoin till the end of this year.
Yeah, so I've been always wrong with the price predictions of the Bitcoin, like always. But I will answer this in the end. So right now what we see that Bitcoin failed as a payment method, right? So Bitcoin is not working as a payment method anymore.
It's failed as an investment, investment option, and as a payment option. Okay, what is the rest?
No, as investment, probably no, because it still kind of be a good hedging mechanism. But of course, because many people still try to use it for payments, that is probably what distracts investors from really investing into Bitcoin as a protective asset, right? When the stock market is falling, when the real estate is falling, they want really to invest in cryptocurrency. But when we have this kind of like stuck network, right, as it happened in May when the mining fees are growing, because you know why? Because people try to use Bitcoin to send $20. People should not use Bitcoin for transactions lower than 1,000. I mean, it doesn't really make any sense. I mean, I try to educate all my clients, and we have a lot of them. I try to educate them and explain that please use Litecoin, BCH, or even Ethereum or stablecoins for small transactions, because stablecoins, for example, on the Tron network or Ethereum network are much cheaper. So Bitcoin as an investment method, I think probably didn't fail yet. Right? Let's see what next year's show us. I think we should get at least the numbers of the last summer, right? So this was 12K or something. I think closer to the end of the year, we can see something like 15. I don't really expect all-time high, but some growth should happen, I think.
Okay, so if you say 15, probably it will be less than 10, if you said that we need to think in an opposite way. Okay, and what will happen in the industry in general? I mean, regulation topic and crypto processing in general. At least we are talking about Europe, because sounds like nothing is happening, and like lots of people are waiting for like blockchain adoption. And where is it? What do you think?
Because no one is doing anything. Everyone are trading on the exchanges, right? That's what they do.
Only speculation. No business, only speculation.
This doesn't really help adoption at all. So it's more like about creating educational content as you do, right? To educate people what is cryptocurrency, how it works. I am educating businesses that accepting cryptocurrency is good, right? I am creating an ecosystem where people can buy cryptocurrency and spend it with the merchants, right? It's going relatively good so far. It's basically like, because most of the ICO projects have closed, right? Most of the technical development, like this new blockchain technologies and so on, didn't really get any traction in the business world. So of course they kind of like don't really have a fuel from the business, right? To make it work. This like a lot of blockchain technologies didn't really survive. and had to close their businesses even after some successful ICOs, right? So right now we have to think what is more real, right? Some crazy tokenization of escape rooms or tokenization of the taxi service. I mean, this is too weird, right? I mean, I understand that people might be ambitious about this stuff, but disruption
it won't help the industry in general, right? So it only like these fake stories.
I mean, I'm very skeptical for the past few years. I'm like looking about on this all blockchain technologies when everyone is speaking, okay, cryptocurrencies are good, but what about blockchain technologies? I say, probably you're asking about decentralized applications. And they're like, yeah, decentralized applications. Say, the most popular decentralized application is breeding of the cats. And they're like, what? I say, yes, they breed cats on Ethereum network. That is the most popular decentralized application.
And the most necessary one, right?
Exactly. World cannot live without decentralized application with breeding cats. Right, so this is like when I think about blockchain technologies, the idea is amazing, right? But I think what should happen is like it probably should happen from the governments, right? Kind of like has to implement it in order to become more transparent, right? And then businesses will see, oh, it helps to be transparent, and then probably it will work. But as for me, I don't really plan to go to the government and explain them how to do this, because this probably will take years.
And it took years. It took years. Like the whole blockchain society. Yes, they tried during like 3 years in a row. They tried to educate not only people, but they tried to educate governors and try to show how disruptive this technology is. But what we see right now is like nobody is interested in this technology in general. So what should we do?
We should start from educating people, I think. So the problem is that even many business owners with whom I speak probably every day 20 times, they're like, Max, this cryptocurrency blockchain is very interesting. But how do we work with this, right? So people heard about cryptocurrency and blockchain, but they have no idea what it is. For many reasons. Because there is a lot of the noise that it's just an investment tool, many of them know it because somebody is trying to sell them a mining equipment and they think that cryptocurrency is just mining and selling, right? They kind of don't really even try to understand the general picture. And this is the main problem because investors don't really understand in what they're investing. Then people who want to build something on the blockchain, they might not also understand like the whole industry because it's kind of like a living organism, right? We kind of help these businesses, that businesses, these industries, that industries, but then you have to get the focus, right? You have to understand what is the problem in the world and try to solve it. That is kind of how all big technologies work, right? You understand the problem and you try to solve it. What we do, we see problems in the payment industry for high-risk merchants who cannot get good fees from the acquirers and so on, and we understand that cryptocurrency solves this. And gamblers, people who play casinos, do bets, they love cryptocurrency. You know why? They are gamblers. They like when something changes in price. So they love cryptocurrency. If casinos and betting accept cryptocurrency, this is a synergy, right? We see the synergy, we build the tools for the synergies, and this works, right? Might be just a small example, but according to the data which I have, 20% of all cryptocurrency transactions in the network are connected with online entertainment. 20%.
And this is not what we were fighting for, right?
This is something that it works for already, right? This is the real usage of cryptocurrencies in the real world, right? I mean, we can say it started maybe with drugs and so on. Right now, cryptocurrency is not anonymous anymore, right? We know how to do clusterization and so on. Then we go to, let's say, gray industries, right? This is not illegal. They are all licensed. So relatively gray industries, right? But we have the proof of the concept. We have to build the products. We have to test the products on other industries to then maybe work with some bigger retailers, right? Some bigger payment systems and so on. It all has to start from somewhere. If you say, oh no, we don't work with the casinos or sports because this is gaming, but then, okay, let's go speak with the Amazon. And Amazon will say, but I work already with the PayPal. And this will kind of go nowhere. And when Amazon sees that the volumes of the cryptocurrency in the retail business is higher than the PayPal, then they will consider probably we should switch from the PayPal into cryptocurrency, but we somehow need to make it work. And Bitcoin, of course, will not handle it, right? BCH, Litecoin, probably so, right? BSV, I know it is the political issue. BSV is scalable, right? Maybe BSV. Right now, I am waiting which technology will kind of like start to grow, but also understand who will make it grow. There is no one really doing anything. For example, even big exchanges like Kraken. I mean, Kraken, it's huge, right? If you look on the amount of transactions that Kraken gets in and out, they are probably 5 times less than we process in payments, right? So that means that blockchains are kind of like still not really utilized as a payment method. When even big players, they have relatively small percentage in the whole blockchain. So the whole blockchain is basically small transactions for some goods which somebody sells and, refills of the phones and so on. It's slowly growing. Let's see where it will grow.
Let's see what happens. So I wish you not to stop what you are doing. So educate people. I wish you luck with your educational lessons, programs, online series, and I wish you all the best. So hope to see you.
Thanks a lot, Natalie.
Hope to see you in a year, maybe at the same channel. I'll ask you a question. So what is the blockchain adoption? What we'll see in 1 year? So thanks once again.
We'll have a lot of news. Thanks a lot for inviting us and have fun.
Bye.
Ciao.